It didn't, I don't have any degree in music or production or engineering of any sort. Just not afraid to turn knobs.
But it's accurate because that's what it is. It's supposed to be
Yeah.
that. And I thought the Helix was laid out perfectly this way, and that's that. Now you have a lot more familiarity with all the different brands of modelers than I do. I kind of got the Helix and I was like, yeah, I can do this. And I didn't have the gear acquisition syndrome where it's like
I envy that so much.
no, but I just said like, oh no, this is it. That's the sound I wanted. Cool. Let's focus on writing music. It's like the gear part's done. But the uh the thing that I think throws people off with the Helix in particular is that it actually works exactly the way it's supposed to. You know what I mean? Like people go, I just pulled up the Marshall with the 57. Wow, it sounds harsh. I'm like, yeah.
Have you ever recorded a Marshall with a 57 with all knobs at noon and just put a mic in front of it?
That's what it sounds like. It's accurate and almost to, I'm not going to say to a fault, but it's accurate because that's what it is. It's supposed to be that. And for me, I thought of that as logical because I thought the Helix, when I first got it, was laid out perfectly this way because it had the two processors, the two paths. And I'm like, okay, the first path is my guitar chain. The second path is my studio chain.
That's a great idea.
You know what I mean? And that's how I was thinking about it. This is my tone in my amp. So if I need a pedal or like a wah wah or something, I'll go before the amp. Then I have my cabinet, my EQ, because like my VHT has a 5-band EQ on it. So that's where that goes into the cabinet. That's the first path. Then it goes to my post effects, which I would usually do in the studio anyway. My EQ, maybe some compression if I need it. And that's that. And I just from having experience with music production, I'm always expecting after I mic up a guitar amp that it's going to go through the mixing process. I'm going to EQ stuff. I'm going to take out stuff I don't need. I'm going to sweeten it up with some effects. And that's something that I think not everybody wants to do.
Well, it's also, you went to school for this. You have a degree in that. And a lot of people think that, like you said, that it's just going to be there. Like the records that you hear, the sounds that you hear on recordings, like these people know what they're doing, not just with an amp and a cabinet and a microphone, but they know what they're doing post, which I think is so important.
Well, that's another comment. People say, why do you have to use so many EQs? And the way I'm thinking about it is it's like, no, the first one is just my regular guitar amp EQ. And then the second one, that's the mixing chain. That's just how I was thinking about it. And it just because that's how I do it when I record. You know what I mean? I get my guitar sound as close as I can. Then I record it. And then once it's mixed, I go, okay, I got to take some of this out, or this is missing this or whatever. And then I mix it. And I think to me, that's a good workflow. I understand that some of the other, and you would know better than me, some of the other modeling companies, they have it's like pre-mixed. It sounds like it's good to go.
No, they're all the same.
They're the same. Okay.
To be fair, I think owning all the modelers, I think they all have this exact same issue. I think, like, for example, like Fractal or somebody like has stock presets that are a little bit more ready where you don't need to do things on your own. Mm-hmm. But I also think that is kind of like a training wheel that you're never going to get off.
Right.
Like I personally think that everybody should know their gear and should know how to use it because I'm the type of person that when I'm on a gig, I need to know how to do everything and be prepared for anything. If something goes down, if something goes off, if something doesn't sound good, I need to know how to fix it.
Yeah.
And that maybe gets lost in some, like, it's just the Fractal, I would say, that sounds amazing stock, which is awesome. But if you take a stock preset out on a gig, for example, and you don't know how to go in and manipulate it, you're going to run into more trouble than if you just took the time to really learn this stuff. I mean, I don't have any degree in music or production or engineering of any sort, but I'm, like you said before, I'm just not afraid to turn knobs.
Yeah.
And, if it doesn't sound good, okay, well, this knob will probably fix that and just experiment. trial and error.